viewers, welcome back to your number one TV station for news and update. I am your host for today and my name is Ambassador Isa Lucy Yema Lawson, taking you through today's session. This is Live Spelling Bee on SLBC TV, proudly brought to you by Initiative for Capacity Building Association International, universally known as ICBAI. Global Award winner, the best speaking program, Nasalone. Today's segments are remarkable and exemplary spellers prepare themselves for both national and international competitions held in various parts of the world. Brace yourself as you are about to witness our brilliant spellers take on challenging words. An exciting and educational journey awaits us all. On to you, our B Master.
Good afternoon, viewers. My name is Juliet Lawson and I'm your B Master for today.
Okay, please, I would want our participants for today to introduce themselves, their name, age, class, and the school they are representing. I'll start with you, please.
My name is Meshach Timothy David Bundu. I am 7 years old. I am attending Modern Elementary School.
Okay, please, can we be audible so that the viewers can hear what we are saying? Okay, next, please.
My name is Paul Anes Bundu. I am 9 years old. I am attending Modern Elementary School.
Okay, thank you. Next, please.
My name is Umar Ishmael. I am 7 years old. I am attending Yamaka Action for Children Nursery and PPRT School.
Okay, thank you. Next, please.
My name is Wanda Nokuls. I am 10 years old and I am attending the Gateway Primary School.
Okay, thank you all for participating in the Spelling Bee orientation. Now, the Spelling Bee orientation is important because it was brought to our notice that kids get extremely anxious when brought on stage to spell or perform another activity, which includes addressing a crowd. So pertaining to that, orientations are held every Saturday on SLBC TV to eliminate stage fright, anxiety, public speaking anxiety, or presentation nerves, whatever the case may be. So we encourage schools and individuals to register their kids. Okay? On to you, B Master.
Thank you, presenter. Our first speller, the first word for today is look.
L-O-O-K.
What did you spell?
Look.
Correct. Your second word for today is bed.
B-E-D, bed.
Correct. Your final word, which is the third word for today, is not.
N-O-T, not.
Correct. Over to our next speller. Your first word for today is old.
H-O-L-D, old.
Old.
O-L-D, old. O-L-D, old.
Correct. Your second word for today is me.
Me, M-E, me.
Correct. Your third word, which is your final word for today, is up.
Up, U-P, up.
Correct. Over to our next speller. Your first word for today is good.
G-O-O-D, good.
Correct. Your second word for today is boy.
B-O-Y, boy.
Correct. Your final word for today is dad.
D-A-D, dad.
Correct. Over to your next speller. Your first word for today is ball.
B-A-L-L, ball.
Correct. Your second word for today is big.
B-I-G, big.
Correct. Your final word for today is cup.
C-U-P, cup.
Correct. Let's give a round of applause for our very brilliant spellers.
As you can see, our spellers are indeed exemplary and brilliant. Remember that this is just an orientation. There is no need to be anxious. Now, an orientation prepares you for the actual event. You have to be familiar with everything that happens on that day to avoid mistakes and work towards perfection, build or improve your self-esteem, and to develop good sportsmanship skills. Back to you, our B Master.
Hello, wonderful spellers. What is your name? What class are you in and what school are you attending?
My name is Almami Kamara. I am 12 years old. I am attending the Enifagosi Junior Secondary School.
What form are you in?
I am in JSS 2.
Okay, over to you.
My name is Bangua Sharif Mohammed. I am attending the West Africa Methodist Collegiate School. I am in JSS 3.
Okay, over to you, madam.
My name is J.L. Kedi Lawson. I am attending the American Montessori Leadership Academy. I'm in class 5.
Over to you, miss.
My name is Favor Paulina Justina Pendema. I'm 10 years old and I'm attending the NACOM Preparative Elementary School.
You're in what class?
I'm in class 6.
Okay. So, your first word for today is easily.
Easily. E-A-S-I-L-Y. Easily.
Correct. Your second word for today is achieve.
Achieve. A-C-H-E-I-V-E. Achieve.
Listen to the word achieve.
Achieve. A-C-H-E-I-V-E. Achieve.
Wrong. A-C-H-I-E-V-E. Achieve. Your final word for today is acquire.
Acquire. A-C-Q-U-I-R-E. Acquire.
Correct. Over to your next speller. Your first word for today is leisure.
Leisure. L-E-I-S-U-R-E. Leisure.
Correct. Your second word for today is prefer.
Prefer. P-R-E-F-E-R. Prefer.
Correct. Your final word for today is judgment.
Judgment. J-U-D-G-E-M-E-N-T. Judgment.
Correct. Over to you, miss. Your first word for today is people.
People. P-E-O-P-L-E. People.
Your second word for today is night.
Night. N-I-G-H-T. Night.
And your final word for today is laugh.
Laugh. L-A-U-G-H-T.
Correct. Over to you, madam. Your first word for today is house.
House. H-O-U-S-E. House.
Correct. Your second word for today is because.
Because. B-E-C-A-U-S-E. Because.
Correct. And your final word for today is another.
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 Another is spelled as A-N-O-T-H-E-R. Another. Let's give a round of applause for our very brilliant spellers.
Eat by Spelling Bee. I would love to echo out our goals as an organization that caters for the needs of all. We are here to establish a platform that fosters a nurturing environment for children to freely express themselves without undue pressure, allowing them to embrace their youth regardless of their age. We are also here to ensure equal opportunities for all individuals, regardless of the circumstances and challenges they face. And lastly, we are here to nurture talents and cultivate brilliant minds to equip them for the challenges of the future, to ensure their perpetual productivity and efficiency. Back to you, our presenter.
Thank you. Over to you, miss. What's your name? What school are you in and what form are you?
My name is Umuhawa Bari. I'm attending the International School Limited Secondary and I'm in SSS 1.
Okay, over to you, miss.
My name is Precious Tikuruma. I am 15 years old. I'm in SSS 3. I'm attending Standard International School.
Over to you, miss.
My name is Tamia Bangali. I am in JSS 3 attending Methodist Girls High School and I'm 14 years old.
You, miss.
My name is James Tenabasi. I'm attending the Methodist Girls High School. I'm in JSS 3.
Okay. So your first word for today is privilege.
Privilege. P-R-E-V-I-L-E-D-G-E. Privilege.
Privilege.
P-R-E-V-I-L-I-D-G-E.
Do you need the meaning of the word?
Yes, please.
A special right, advantage, or immunity granted.
Privilege. P-R-I-V-I-L-E-D-G-E. Privilege.
Wrong. It spells as P-R-I-V-I-L-E-G-E. Privilege.
Okay.
Your second word for today is apparent.
Apparent. A-P-P-A-R-E-N-T. Apparent.
Correct. Your second word for today is column.
Column. C-O-L-U-M-N. Column.
Correct. Over to you, miss. Your first word for today is foreign.
Foreign. F-O-R-E-I-G-N. Foreign.
Correct. Your second word for today is harass.
Harassed. H-A-R-R-A-S-E-D.
Listen to the word harass.
H-A-R-A-S-S-E-D. Harassed.
Harass as in singular.
H-A-R-A-S-S-E.
Wrong. Harass is spelled as H-A-R-A-S-S. Harass. Your third word, which is your final word for today, is height.
Height. H-E-I-G-H-T. Height.
Correct. Over to you, miss. Your first word for today is memento.
Memento. M-E-M-O-M-E-N-T-O. Memento.
Spell again.
Memento. M-O-M-E-N-T-O. Memento.
Correct. Your second word for today is persuade.
Persuade. P-E-R-S-U-A-D-E. Persuade.
Correct. Your final word for today is omission.
Omission. O-M-I-S-S-I-O-N. Omission.
Correct. Over to you, our next speller. Your first word for today is temporary.
Temporary. T-E-M-P-O-R-A-R-Y. Temporary.
Correct. Your second word for today is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. R-I-D-I-C-U-L-O-U-S. Ridiculous.
Correct. Your final word for today is eclipse.
Eclipse. E-C-L-I-P-S-E. Eclipse.
Correct. Let's give a round of applause for a very brilliant lady.
We would love to remind parents and schools to register for the Western District Spelling Bee. That will be on the 4th and 5th of October, and also to register for the private school spelling bee, which would also be in November. And we also kindly request and encourage schools and parents to register their kids and to come to SLBC TV every Saturday at 12:30. Orientation is free. Back to you, our bee master.
Thank you, presenter. What are your names?
Mary Magdalene Moture.
What form are you in?
SS1.
Which school?
The Annual Rush Memorial School.
What's your miss?
My name is Aisha Tatsuri. I'm attending the Royal Vision Academy. I'm in SS2.
What school?
The Royal Vision Academy.
Okay, sorry about that. Your first word for today is supersede.
Supersede. S-U-P-E-R-C-I-D. Supersede.
Listen to the word supersede.
Supersede. S-U-P-E-R-C-I-D-E.
Wrong. The word supersede is spelled as S-U-P-E-R-C-E-E-D. Supersede. Your second word for today is vacuum.
Vacuum. The definition, please.
Emptiness of space.
V-A-C-C-U-O-L-E. Vacuum.
Listen to the word vacuum.
V-A-C-C-U-M. Vacuum.
Wrong. The word vacuum is spelled as V-A-C-U-U-M. Vacuum. Your final word for today is deceit.
Deceit. D-E-C-I-E-T. Deceit.
Listen to the word deceit.
Deceit. D-E-C-E-I-T-S. Deceit.
Not plural, singular. Deceit.
D-E-C-E-I-T. Deceit.
Correct. Over to your next speller. Your first word for today is desperate.
Desperate. D-E-S-P-E-R-A-T-E. Desperate.
Correct. Your second word for today is dilemma.
Come again.
Dilemma.
Dilemma. D-I-A-L-I-M-E-R.
You are entitled to the definition and the word used in a sentence. Do you need it?
Yes, ma'am.
The word dilemma is a usually undesirable or unpleasant choice.
Dilemma. D-I-A-L-I-M-E-R. Dilemma.
Wrong. Dilemma is spelled as D-I-L-E-M-M-A. Dilemma. Your second word for today is decent.
Decent. D-E-C-E-N-T. Decent.
Decent.
The meaning, please.
The fact or process of originating from an ancestral stock.
Pronounce it again.
Decent.
Decent. D-E-S-E-N-T. Decent.
Decent is spelled as D-E-S-C-E-N-T. Decent. And your final word for today is imitation.
Imitation. I-M-M-I-T-I-O-N. Imitation.
Listen to the word imitation.
Imitation. E-M-M-I-T-A-T-I-O-N.
Let me give you the definition. An act or instance of imitating. He did a hilarious imitation of his father. Imitation.
Imitation. E-M-I-T-A-T-I-O-N.
The word imitation is spelled as I-M-I-T-A-T-I-O-N. Imitation. Let's give a round of applause for our very brilliant student.
Okay, our public notice for today. It's that time of the year again for the Intercontinental Spelling Bee in Dubai and the African Spelling Bee in Nigeria in October and November respectively. That's why ICBI Spelling Bee, in collaboration with MPSSC and other partners, is requesting sponsorship, both material and financial, for Sierra Leone to be represented in the 2 championships. As education is key to President Biyo's Big 5 game changers, ICBI remains committed to inclusive education through Spelling Bee. ICBI Spelling Bee, the global award winner, the best speaking program, Nasalone. We will now go for a short break and we will be back again to deliberate on our topic of discussion, which is examination malpractice. This is Live Spelling Bee on SLBC TV, proudly brought to you by Initiative for Capacity Building Association International, universally known as ICBI, Global Award winner, the best speaking program in Salone. Today we have with us a parent whose child is a participant of the Spelling Bee program. Would love to ask you, how has it been for your child since he or she decided to be part of the Spelling Bee program? Can you please introduce yourself and the name of your child?
My name is Alhassan Kamara and the child name is Almami Kamara. At once I was at home watching this program on TV, so I think that's the big initiative that you people bring to us. So I decided I need to register my child here for him to be more educated.
To be more educated. So how have you seen his improvements academically?
Since I told him that we'll be coming here at every time, he usually take his book and study and see how best he can do more on his academical work.
Okay, so we are also going to be continuing our topic of discussion, which is examination malpractice. And I would love to ask our volunteers, yes sir, can you please tell us the definition of exam malpractice?
Well, first of all, when you talk about examination malpractice, you're talking about the cheating that take place in exam, and it's affecting a lot of students. It's affecting a lot of students that they can't perform well without them engaging in malpractice, which is bad for our nation as a whole, not just for individual, because it's affecting individual as well. It affects the nation as a whole, because if we don't have the guarantee in our students, we can't see ourselves move forward. And I think that you defining malpractice, you have to say it's the cheating, or let me say the means students use to put themselves behind. Not they are not going forward, they are just around or backward. They are moving backward, so it's affecting a lot of let me say a lot of the students around Sierra Leone. Is affecting us.
Okay, so in other words, it undermines the integrity of honest students, and for you, examination malpractice does not take someone forward, rather backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would also love to know, what are the types of examination malpractice? Yes, Mr. Fadel.
Well, good afternoon, viewers. My name is Fadel Karim Kamara. Talking of the types of examinational malpractice, there are so many types of examinational malpractice. You know, we have the paper form, and also we have the internet form in which students go use their phone and do research, and also the paper form. These are, we have some teachers that are bringing these papers to the examination hall for students to write. And that is why today we are finding out that most of the students are failing English language, and they are using English to write all of the other subjects. The point is, some people ask again this question: why are people having A1 in mathematics and they are failing English? Some people have A1 in mathematics without them knowing even algebra, because mathematics, no matter what, the step doesn't matter, it is the answer. So the forms of examinational malpractice, we have the social media form and also the paper form.
Okay, so in other words, they have different forms and types of examination malpractice, and as we have heard from Mr. Fadel, the internet is one. And I can also say some things like cheating, collusion, impersonation, or leaking exam content. Collusion has to talk about a secret or illegal cooperation or conspiracy in order to deceive others. Okay, what do you think, Miss Juliet, are the causes and consequences of examination malpractice? In other words, what are the things that lead to people resulting to examination malpractice.
Thank you. Some of the few points that I've laid down that are the causes to examination malpractice are the laziness of students, bad school management, lack of self-confidence, peer pressure, inadequate study materials, teacher's attitude to his or her work, poor supervision, fear of failure. So let's digress on just two. The fear of failure. Many students engage in examination malpractices because they are afraid that they would fail the exams. When they should spend quality time reading their notes, they are panicking about the examination. The fear of failure is one of the major causes of the illegal acts in the exams today. Poor supervision. You would agree with me that poor supervision or upbringing is one of the major causes of examination malpractices in Sierra Leone today. Many parents do not have time to train their children in the right way because of work and the busyness of their days. And the parents who have time to teach their children taught them in the wrong way. Lack of proper home training has caused some students to engage in examination malpractices because they don't find anything wrong with it. And it is in as much as very wrong. Parents are hardly to blame. The teachers share a great portion too, because most pupils engage in their tablets, phones, or other devices while they are supposed to be studying. It either adds value to them or it destroys them. Over to you then.
Okay, as we have heard from Ms. Juliet, that one of the causes of examination malpractice is the fear of failure and factors like academic pressure, lack of preparation, or a desire for unfair advantage. And as we have heard that everybody is responsible for examination malpractice because it takes an individual to know that, oh yes, I have an exam to prepare for and I have to do it honestly. Now, they say if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. You know you have an exams ahead, you're supposed to prepare for it. Okay, what are the consequences of examination malpractice? Yes, please.
Well, if we're thinking about the consequences we face, like if you fail, if you engage in malpractices, you won't have the confidence to face whatever you have to face in the future, because you're just used to malpractice. So wherever you found yourself, you just think that I will apply the same method, cheat my way in so I could fit in. You won't have that confidence in you, and you will even lose your self-esteem to the extent you can do all sort of things just so that you can fit in any society. It doesn't matter if you get a grade. We got some people, they have a paper, they can't even define their paper they have. They are not even comfortable to say I did this myself, because they are not proud of themselves. We have some people, they pay for marks. Yeah, they pay for. It happens also in the offices. There are some people, they cheat in their position just to be in that position. Why the people that got the paper, that have the idea, they are out there. And all of those things, we are seeing all of those things, and it's a big mess happening in this our generation. If we look at back in the days, our parents, our forefathers, they fight their way in just to fit in. But for us now, we take that laziness, we're thinking we can cheat our way in, make ourselves more better, and it's affecting us. Really, it's affecting us.
Okay, thank you so much for your contribution. As we have heard from Abu Bakar, he is saying that the reason why he believes that examination malpractice, there's supposed to be consequences, is because there are some certain degrees that people have now, they are not even confident in the degree. For example, when they go to their workplaces, they are tasked with a specific responsibility, but they are not willing to work on it because they don't believe they can. Because at the end of the day, everything they did was illegal. They bribed and they took extra sheets into examination halls. Also, I would also love to add to that by saying that the consequences of malpractice is very important because imposing penalties serve as a deterrent, discouraging individuals from engaging in dishonest behaviors during exams. Consequences help uphold the integrity of the education system, ensuring fairness and maintaining academic standards. Additionally, holding individuals accountable for exam malpractice sends a clear message that such actions are unacceptable and will not be tolerated, so thereby promoting honesty and ethical conduct among students and preserving the credibility of educational qualifications. I would also love to ask, we have heard what examination malpractice is all about. We've heard about the causes, the types, the consequences. So how do we solve examination malpractice? Yes, please, Mr. Fadel.
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. The reason why cheating or people are tracing their results, paying, bribing for them to have good grades is because of what? They are not properly paid. And I believe if the government increased the salaries of these people that are marking or the vigilators, I believe this examinational malpractice will less. And also there are laws that have been put in place but they are not implemented, because I can remember the first time President Dr. Julius Maada Bio came into power 2018 he implemented the law that any teacher that is caught with a student that writing or bringing foreign materials pertaining to the exam is going to be put at the cutting tree. But that law, I don't think that law was really implemented, or maybe it was only active that particular year. After then, I never see things like that. But if these laws have been put in place and also these laws are implemented, I believe the teachers will be scared to do such things. And also the salaries of these teachers and these vigilators and the markers, they must increase the salary. That will lessen the examinational malpractice and bribery and such, because you cannot only target examination malpractice, because I believe there are other schools that are they are tracing their results onto the WAEC. I believe there are other schools that are tracing these results. Even if these students do not do well in the examination, they are tracing and they bribe these people that are marking and they give them a particular good grade that they deserve.
Okay, Miss Juliet, what do you have to also contribute to how we are supposed to prevent examination malpractice, and why do you think the prevention is important?
To lay emphasis on what my fellow volunteer has said, one major aspect that must be changed is the aspect of the mindset of the pupils or the students, because we often tell or advise them to stop or set punishments instead of properly sensitizing them on not only the do's and the don'ts, but to properly assess scenarios of such nature and tell them what it entails in indulging in such treacherous acts, damaging one's credibility, confidence, and most especially, it worsens your current state of inability to learn and study, causing one's academic life to drastically deteriorate, which is rather disheartening.
Okay, so as we have heard from our volunteers that it is to solve examination malpractice, we need to implement a multifaceted approach that involves various stakeholders, such as strict policies and enforcement. We have also heard that a change of mindsets, and we've also had to promote ethical values and alternative assessment methods. But for now, we'll go for a short break, and we'll come back again to continue our topic of discussion, which is examination malpractice. Welcome back. This is Life Spelling Bee, brought to you by ICBI, Initiative Capacity Building Association International. We will continue our topic of discussion, which is examination malpractice. We have a new volunteer who just joined us. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Edna Tommy, a volunteer of ICBI organization.
Okay, thank you. From all what you have heard, I also want you to give us a summary of the topic that we are discussing today, which is examination malpractice.
From my own understanding of examination malpractice, students should build their skill development. In other words, whenever they are taught in school or whatever they have given, they should put in action in it, and they should also fear the impact of the
Okay, so as we have heard from a volunteer, that examination malpractice refers to dishonest behaviors such as cheating or any form of deceit during exams. Would you also love to tell us, as a student, what do you think leads to these examination malpractice techniques?
Peer group influence also, and trying to improve yourself to your parent. Like if your friend is trying and you too want to be one of them, so you
Okay, so in other words, academic pressure. She's saying that sometimes we feel obligated. We feel obligated to make our parents proud, and there are some certain times you do not prepare well, so you have to resort to doing these illegal techniques just in order to pass. For example, if you bring 50 or 40%, or you have 50 or 40% on a particular subject, your parents won't be proud because they believe you can do more. So she's trying to say that what she believes are what causes examination malpractice is academic pressure. I would also love to ask another volunteer, what are the ethical considerations, which is what are the ethical implications of examination malpractice, and how does it impact the value of education and the credibility of academic qualifications? Yes, Miss Juliet?
Another area is the area of government encouraging education. The government has a role to play in eradicating examination malpractices in Sierra Leone. The government should encourage and spend more time on education. They should provide more facilities and equipment and other necessary things for school and other learning institutions. The other thing I believe that we should lay emphasis on is sensitizing or organizing campaigns on the awareness of the consequences of examination malpractices. Most oftentimes, we tend to navigate all our strengths and necessary resources provided on the picture easily seen, but neglect what the actual issue is or the issues are. Trying our utmost best to not only solve the problem or emphasizing on punishments, but instead sensitizing the individuals involved on the dangers of involving in such illegal practices and the disheartening effect it may have on their confidence, credibility, and self-worth.
So as we have heard from Ms. Juliet, she believes that students should be sensitized on this topic, because whenever we have such issues on examination malpractice, we hear questions are like, are students adequately informed about the consequences of engaging in examination malpractice? And most of the time, the answer to that question is no. Because some of the measures taken are putting cameras in examination halls, and then we have teachers who are there to monitor, and we have teachers who are there with no integrity. So at the end of the day, they would also help these students. So what are the cameras for? They have all these different type of techniques that they use. there is something that says whenever there are certain things that are discovered, we tend to find something that is more advanced, more unique. They had where people cheated with papers, and since they discovered that that was a technique, they started searching students before entering the examination halls. But students are smart enough. Imagine having so much time to sit and think about a technique to involve in examination malpractice, rather than taking your time to prepare. So how do you think that this impacts the value of education and the credibility of academic qualification? Yes, Mr. Fadel?
In what aspect?
Now, for example, let's say you are a honest student. You work hard, tirelessly, all night, studying just to get the mark you have. And then you are in a position where everybody is condemned because they believe anybody who has 90, they have spied, they have taken other examination malpractice techniques. So how does it affect you as an honest student?
Well, in the aspect of me having good grades in my examination, I don't think it affects me, despite what my friends are telling me. I don't think it affects me, because you can see a clear example, like most of these students are in the colleges, most of them are reading law, mass communication, but I believe you have not gone to the university, right? But you are sitting there and presenting very well, more than the student that have gone there with the theory without having the know-how, the practical aspects, without knowing how to do things. I don't think it is affecting me in any bad form, but instead it also, gives me the motivation to move further.
Okay. Let's say, for example, we as a honest student, we took time, we studied, we did not sleep all night just so that we can prepare ourselves. And then you see people who are cheating in exam halls. So that honest struggle, just imagine you are in a room where everybody around you is cheating and you stayed up all night preparing yourself for this particular examination. So of course it dampens your spirit. At some time, most times, to be specific, a lot of honest students are peer pressured into resorting to these examination malpractice techniques, because they see that me when they work hard, me when they study, the one where they cheat and they beat me. So of course go sit down every day, you they study, then the one where they study they beat you. So of course you would resort to these illegal techniques. And we have also heard that some other honest students, they are not affected. But some people, they are affected directly, because you have worked hard for the position that you want, and then you see other people around you who are cheating, who are resorting themselves into these illegal techniques, and they are topping these subjects, topping these classes, and you feel inferior to them because you can't report because they feel like you are being threatened. This is such a situation that I'm talking about. But thank you for your contribution. Yes, ma'am. I would also love you to tell me, what do you think are the impacts of education and the credibility of academic qualifications to these students that result to examination malpractice techniques?
I think economic consequences, weaken educational standard.
Okay, weakens educational standards. So how does examination malpractice affect the youths of the future? Yes, please.
Well, in a way, I would say, like, just look at a nation like Sierra Leone. We used to be the anthem of West Africa. People from all over Africa used to come here in search of knowledge. But now we are the one going out. It's affecting our nation as a whole. And also, when you look at individuals, for now, for instance, if I take my papers that in Sierra Leone I got a good grade and I move to another country, I will have to start back. But if another student from another country came here, we will respect that result just because of we think that their result is too better than ours. And which in the past, our results are used to be better than those students because they used to come here for grades, to come study research, all of those stuffs, and it's even affecting the system of education, because if you look at our system, we are looking at that our system is too weak because the grades of the students, malpractice, all of those stuff. So we are not even confident enough that we are doing better. So when we go out there, we just have to say, oh, those people, they are better than us in whatever way. And if you check, those people, when they are in their country, their grades are low. But when they are here, we look at them as if they are superior, they are gods. Because why? They have the confidence. That's what we have lost in ourselves. We have lost our dignity, our pride. Imagine a country that used to be the anthem of West Africa, the center of knowledge, and now all of a sudden everything about education is just backing down. So I think that like the government or the educational system need to stand out and enforce more power to the students. In a way, like if you take example like countries like Ghana, the Nigeria, they have organization they used to call like the CYO, Community Youth Organization, that provides educational materials both medically and educationally. They educate people, so let me say the community as a whole, on health and whatever stuff you need to learn. And Sierra Leone, it's hard for us to see organization like the ICBAI. Yeah, it's hard to see, and there are a lot of boys out there that doesn't even know if a program is ongoing. So if we don't stand out and open organization to go out there and talk to those boys, we'll just have like, the future will be like a mess, total mess for us.
Okay, so as we have heard from a volunteer, he believes that we have belittled ourselves and therefore we have interfered with the integrity of our public exams. And it is true, because now if you go to countries like America, England, because that's the countries that people go now to study, Canada, they go to Cyprus. When you take our results, the WAS or WAEC results, they don't take you seriously, because they're like, oh, so you are the people who cheat doing exams. So therefore there is no integrity to our public exams anymore, because we have belittled ourselves. We don't believe that, oh, the educational system in Sierra Leone is to be taken seriously, because we have resorted to these illegal techniques, as I have said before. I would also love to ask the same question to Mr. Fadel. How does examination malpractice affect the future youths?
Thank you very much again for that question. We have been seeing recently there are so many youths out there that are unemployed, and most of these youths that are unemployed, it is because like most of them fail interview or audition. And for example, examination and malpractice is not only functioning in this WAS exam, GC or other exam council. It is also at the university. It is also at the university, in which you can, at the university, people are, having sex for grades, and also they are paying. So if these people have started paying these things from these exams that we are taking, and they bring it to the university, what value do you expect them to bring to their workplace? It affects them. And most of these bankers that have graduated, that have went to these banks, they volunteered for like 6 months without payment. It's just that they have just started the field of learning again. They are not like people that are graduates, because they have the paper but they cannot defend their paper. They don't have the know-how of doing things. Even the human resource management, you can see most of these people that are in the aspect of this handling these monetary affairs, like writing projects, these people, they are like, they just have the paper but they don't have the know-how. That is why most of these people are jobless. Even there is an opening for a job at Slick TV, and I went there. There were 30 guys that were there that are graduated, but all of these guys, they failed the interview. All of them failed the interview. Imagine our president for the National Secondary School News Network that just went to the university. Her name is Aminata. She went there and got employed because she has already started the foundation for herself since school days. So if she has not started that foundation, would you expect her to deliver in the interview? No. So that is how it affects the youth in the future.
Okay, so as we have heard from Mr. Fadel, now he's saying that we have people in workplaces who are not productive, neither efficient. When you ask them for a proof that they are educated, they say, I have a degree. You have a degree, and then there is no result of a positive output. So we'll still ask the same question because this is a very important question. As we have heard also from Mr. Fadel, that there are some people who, after getting this degree, they go for job interviews and yet still they fail. It doesn't make sense to me, because I believe if you go through the process of education, there are some certain things you are taught. There are something we call etiquette, manners. We do business studies. We are taught how to work with a computer. We are taught how to address people. All of these things are parts of education. And if you claim to be an educated person, there must be a positive output. Because you can't work in a big company and then all of a sudden they ask you to do something that you say you are specialized in, and then there's no positive output. So we are still going to deliberate on this question. What do you think the output will be for the youths of the future if examination malpractice continues? Yes, Miss Juliet.
The obvious thing is that the credibility output of these pupils or students going out into the bigger world will be limited. Another thing I feel that they should implement is the use of libraries and books. We all know the organization ICBAI is trying to promote your vocabulary being widened, your horizon being widened. So if we implement the use of libraries, I believe that will help the students and even those in higher institutions to not only learn, but to help them and facilitate a very good credibility output.
Okay, so as we have heard from Ms. Juliet, she believes that we have to open more libraries to students and to even higher institutions for them to be more educated in the career path they have chosen. And it is very, very important, because back in those days our parents used to say that they did not have internet, so they had to take it upon themselves that after doing major works at home, they have to go to the library to do research on their own in order for them to have presented a good output, which is their homework. So these are all of the things we need to rekindle again, because if we do not rekindle these things, then the future of Sierra Leone is in stake. Like, for example, we talked about agriculture, we talk about sewing, we talk about hairdressing. A lot of people, if you ask them now, what do you want to be? Doctor, lawyer, doctor, lawyer. What about the minor activities? If we don't have people who are ready to sit themselves and say they're going to study agriculture, we should learn to improve ourselves. We should learn to grow. And because we have issues, most of, like 80 or 95% of our food is being exported. It's been imported from different parts of the world. So it should have already motivated us for us to involve ourselves more into these agricultural processes. But thank you again for tuning to SLBC TV. Until we meet again next Saturday at 1 p.m. to continue this topic. Thank you.